We should be back. Hopefully we're back. My two favorite hosts unite! Just wait till tomorrow. That's the big deal. I mean, we haven't even really united yet. Brian is just hanging out like an awesome guy in the chat here. And I could try and bring him on. My Skype setup still sucks. I must say I've watched some of NSFW, and I'm so jealous. He has a much better headset mic than me. Just an all-around better casting setup. The pixels look worse now. My God, that's all right. I can deal with them. How are you handling audio? Does Wirecast have something built in, or are you using VAC? No, I'm audio is it's built in. It's all going through my Blackmagic Intensity Pro capture card. I know. Those pixels. I had to go back. Happy polylogies, guys. The 720, some just doesn't cut it for me. And I don't know what it is, but every time I've tried to go 720p... Compression artifacts. That would be probably a more correct way of that was, and yes, that was a Clockwork Orange.
Need something?
Reference thrown in for good measure. Getting a ton of lag. God! Will anything work tonight? I can't see your hair as well. That I am okay with. I think that we're gonna deal with that. Oh, yay! We've been to Solitude. We can quick travel all the way over there. This is so bad. Brian Brushwood stops by, and I just happen to be having like one of the worst casts I've had in a while.
I'm not interested, JuRY. It doesn't matter how many times you ask.
Citizen, you might want to rethink that. You're missing out on some wonderful...
Wanderer like you must have plenty of tales to tell.
What you get about
But I'm afraid I'm too busy to hear 'em.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed, and my working days are done.
What is it?
What is... Who is talking to you, man? There we are.
If you need potions...
Just follow the directions, the targets. That's okay. And picnics. Dude, I would love to have you on here, Brian.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you! Hold on, let me turn this down. I believe I have your Skype, and you may have mine. I know I gave it to John. Yes. Yeah. Let me get Skype going here. I would love to have you on, man. I don't know what these guys are blathering on about. At this point in time, I don't care.
Right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of let Ulfric
Here, we're gonna pause that. There we go. Yeah, I should totally play D&D paper and pencil. I haven't role-played in years. Years. Last time we role-played, we used I think it was version 3.0 or 3.5. And I don't understand 4.0 at all. Or whatever they're on now. Schwood. Alright, where's music? Let's just get music on here for good old happy fun times. Oh, jeez. Can anything go right tonight? There you go. Contra! Always a good decision! Let me get my Skype up here. Skypety Skype. Could you ask him kindly for me what the hell they say in the theme to Scam School? Because I can't understand it, and it's driving me fucking crazy. Well, I guess. I suppose I could try. Let me... No. Oh, don't do that. Oh. What am I looking at here? No. Contacts. Add a contact. What it... No! Dear... Oh. Oh, God. Close. Thank you. Skype name, I believe. No. There we go. Send the contact that way. And now I just need to get my mic situated. The Skype, unfortunately, really lessens my sound quality for my mic. But we'll deal. Just as we've been dealing all night long with stupid crap. Okay, so there I am. Sound a little bit better. I sound okay. Oh, Wongcast! I can definitely tell you that. Let me send this request here. Hopefully that went to the right person. And... Oh! He's calling! Let me turn down the musics. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Brian!
Oh, man!
Man!
What a name besides man?
I don't know. It's worked out much better than I thought it ever would.
I like man. I'm okay with man.
Man is good.
Man!
Hey, man!
It's great, too, because whenever I address you, I can sound like I'm just musing. I'm like, man, you know what they ought to have in games?
That's exactly... That's why it's so perfect. It's just like, what up, man? Like, yo, come on, man.
You call yourself a man?
That's right. Hold on, I gotta turn you all the way live here.
Is there any benefit to me sending you video?
A video?
Yeah.
I can play a video. It's gonna look pretty cheeseball, but
No. I mean, like, just send you video of me is what I'm saying. Because usually this is like I'm in the studio, so I got Vid Blaster booting up right now. But I don't know if there's any point if we're just audio only.
No, you can, cause yeah, you absolutely. We can have a webcam of you on here.
Yes, we can take off our clothes and talk games.
Yes, this is the perfect precursor to the NSFW show tomorrow.
Yes. Call this NSFW foreplay.
This is exactly the lead up to the big climax. Let's see here. So I've got you on here.
You have no idea how excited. My assistant John is the one who brought you to my attention, and he is so excited about having you on tomorrow.
I can tell, and John, I didn't know if I wanted to say his full name, but John, that's who I've been...
Blue Cheese Tilton is his name.
Blue Cheese!
Actually, he really hates the nickname Blue Cheese, but we gave it, Justin gave it to him because he was gonna try to break a record. We had do you know the record setter guys, the guys who do their own version of the world records?
The world record, like they set their own world records.
Yeah, no, like they run their own database of world records. It's like Wikipedia. So Guinness is all like Guinness decides who are world records. You know, like, oh, that's a record and that's not a record because that's dumb and this one's good or whatever.
Right.
They take Wikipedia approach. Like, if you want to be the world record holder for the most fedoras balanced on the top of your head, then you just open the account and win it.
And you got it.
So when we have him on the show, we always, we just make up all these crazy, stupid, things. And so John decided he was going to come up with the most longest convoluted metaphor and set a world record for it. But then when it came time, he crumbled under the pressure. So we started calling him Blue Cheese Tilton.
He just crumbled like so much blue cheese under the heat lamp.
Exactly.
That's great.
I'm going to start sending you video here. Hey, I've got to assume you've already finished Skyrim before this. Are you playing through a second time, or are you still playing through the first time?
This is actually a first time for me. I am a Skyrim virgin. See, the thing is, my girlfriend sort of took hold of it, and I just had to kind of relinquish the Skyrim to her as she played through it. She beat it before I did, and got all the achievements, and yeah.
So, okay. Oh, good. So you are receiving video. That's fantastic.
Yep.
I like the fact that I look like I can just grab you. Watch out, man.
Wait a minute. I went the wrong way. There we go. I'm still learning that it's not that way.
So how far? Okay. So by the time, do you really feel any allegiance at all to either the, I don't know, the Empire or the Rebels at this point? I thought that would be the defining big story arc, but it's like I couldn't care. It's like y'all are both assholes is all I could think of.
I know what you're saying, and to be honest, in my playthrough, I haven't really done, I haven't joined either. I just, of course, I just got caught up on my cast. I'm trying to just kind of blast through as quick as possible, but I felt that they really they make it hard for you to want to join the Imperials because you're being executed at the very beginning of the story, and
what's funny is granted, of course, yeah, and but like me, I'm sort of permanently inclined to always want to be with the nut jobs, and if anyone wants to take down anything, I'm like, yeah, I'm on your side, blow up the establishment. But then when I go to see them, I'm like, y'all are assholes, and do you have to be such dicks? Really? Hold on.
Exactly. Like when I went to go talk to Ulfric, he's just like, you better make it good or else you're dead, and
I am the shit.
Exactly. You're like,
I am totally rad.
I thought
the other people not so rad.
That's right. I am the most rad. But they, to be honest, I don't know. See, I always tend to play impossibly good and moral characters. Like paladins, for some reason, I always play the paladin, and maybe it's because, I'm just such a jerk in real life or something, but to be honest, I kind of wanted to join the Imperials because I like the structure, the being...
Structure, sure, yeah. It's a matter of order versus chaos, right? You gotta have laws.
Yeah, and and I get so much into the role-playing aspect of it, like, my character... Because like you, yes, I would be much more inclined to join the rebels who are fighting against this, the corporate overlords, and... but the role-playing aspect, I try to think, what would my character want to do, and my guy, I think, would want to be, part of the system, the structure. But
do you have a companion with you? Because this is another thing that John is just weird about. He played through all of Skyrim, refusing to ever take a companion. He would get weirdly jealous against these computer-controlled characters. He's like, "This is my story, not yours. I don't need nobody. It's me."
He's like, "I'm the hero here."
Yes.
No, I took one companion, Lydia, who the housecarl you get at the beginning, and. She met an untimely end, I think, during a battle with a frost troll somewhere, and we moved on,
See, and that's, again, most games, as soon as something like that happens, I'm like, oh, well, I got to reload. That's not working out so hot. But, in this one, there's something kind of awesome. You get through a battle, and you turn, and oh, fuck, she died. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, well, I guess let's move forward then. And it's like there are so many other companions. I got the crazy tiger face guy, and I got the some wizard guy for a while. And it's like now it's like I'm like the doctor. I'm like, hey man, I got a companion. We'll keep you for a season or two.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. You'll be the guest star for a few shows, and then my girlfriend. I think my girlfriend married that wizard guy that you referenced.
Oh really?
And that has a whole, it still angers me to this day. She was going to marry a guy that she's like, "Oh, I'm going to marry this guy because I think he looks like you." And I was like, "Oh, honey, that's sweet of you." Because he was Nordic and he was buff and all the things that I am, of course. And yeah, So then she marries him, and then there was this bug going on at the time where when you go in to get married, you know, whatever, you say your vows, and then the character turns and walks out immediately, like before the thing is even over, and then if you let that person walk out that door, they just disappear. Like you never find them again. They just drop off the face of.
That's by the way, that's exactly what real marriage is like for anyone watching.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
Yes. So anyway, she marries this guy. He walks out into like whatever the ether, just disappears forever. And then, so then she marries this other wizard guy, and I'm like, honey, why don't you reload? Go back and, you know, go get the other guy. Well, she did reload, but then she chose this other wizard guy, and I'm just, so I have kind of this deep-seated hatred of the wizard companion guy.
Oh my God! Oh, see, and I don't know. Like, I can't tell how much of you know, my day job is I tour around doing a magic show of all things at college campuses.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's why I always pick a wizard. Like, I love tricky guys. You know, people who are not brute strength. I think I'm still angry at football players from high school. Is what that.
See, you know, what's so funny is I'm the exact opposite. I think it's because I'm such a gangly, like, you know, loser, you know, when I, you know, well, to this day, it's not like I've grown from that, but I just always go for, like, this hyper, you know, just, like, the dashing brute, you know, who's at the front lines of the battle.
Way, I love the fact that within 5 minutes of calling you, we're already into therapy right now.
Exactly.
You're like, I was never very strong as a child.
There you go. I'm on a couch. I can lay down here, and we'll go deep. Actually, no.
That's awesome.
We could save it for tomorrow, I guess. But
so, I did something with Skyrim that I almost never do. Like, I am into side quests to a fault. As a result, I never finished. And you got to understand, I loved Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 with a vengeance. I've finished Fallout 1 twice. I finished Fallout 2 like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Fallout 3 comes out, and it in every way was everything I hoped it would be. It was everything that I thought Bethesda could do with this awesome franchise, and I got so involved in side quests that I never actually finished Fallout 3. Then Fallout New Vegas comes out, and I'm like, hey man, this will be even better, because this is like Fallout 2, which I loved even more. And again, I got involved in so many side quests, I never finished the damn game. And so when Skyrim happened, I was just like, I'm going to finish this son of a bitch. And so I actually, I think around level 20, 27 or so, went ahead and did the final quest. And at first I was like, well, I won't really count this. This will just be so I can know how it all ends. Mm-hmm. But then once I never went back. I never went back, and I never did all the side quests like I wanted to.
Oh, wow. See, it's so funny to hear that, because I think that that's really the way, you know, those games are to be played. Like Bethesda's games, the scope, you know, I think they designed them just so you do just get totally lost in the game. And, you know, the main quest is... really, it's almost like the main quest is like a side quest, really. But on my cast, that's the way I tend to play them. You know, like when I played through Oblivion and Fallout 3, I played Fallout 3. You know, I got caught up in side quests and helping people along the path and, you know, all that stuff. But for my cast, I really do try and focus on just like beating the game. You know, it must be finished, and really, just because, you know, these days people's attention spans get shorter and shorter all the time.
Sure.
If I spend more than, like, you know, a couple weeks on a game, you know, you see the comment popping up in chat, you know, just like, oh my God, when is man going to play a new game? And, you know, so the way I've been playing Skyrim is I've just been blasting right through the main quest and almost, you know, consciously avoiding.
Well, you're pretty far right now. I mean, if you're there talking to what's his name? Carl Jung?
Yeah. Yeah. He, Ulfric, good old Ulfric.
There you go. Yeah, that guy. It's, I'll tell you, you're actually to one of my favorite parts is after you talk and either join or don't join or whatever, at some point, like, you get to broker a peace talks between the two. And it's, that's way fun. It's way cool.
I remember I walked in on that scene during my girlfriend's playthrough, and I could tell because I saw all of these characters that, you know, big main story characters. I was like, oh God, I had to leave the room. But that's kind of like what my playthrough's been like. You know, I haven't gotten a single achievement because she got all the achievements, and I already kind of knew the story more or less. But it's been fun. I mean, I enjoy Skyrim. The RPGs are I enjoy RPGs, but I think as far as like my cast is concerned, I think a lot of my viewers they enjoy watching me fail a lot. Like I've been there's a strong sense of Schadenfreude here at Twitch TV, and so I'm playing on Master on Skyrim. Like viewers, people in here, they wouldn't have it any other way if I played on anything less than.
Okay. So what is the difference? That's the higher difficulty level. That's not normal.
Exactly.
I used to, like, just on principle, every game I play, I would always pick the hardest difficulty level, unless it was like, cartoonishly hard, like a nightmare level on Doom type thing.
Right.
But then at some point, I was listening to the PC Gamer podcast, which I love those guys, and somebody was like, yeah, I play it at the level it's intended to be played at, which is normal. And then that was the first thing. I don't know if this was me in my mid-30s rationalizing after the fact, but I was just like, yeah, I'm going to start playing games on normal.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah. I had a friend who he took like a totally different thing, and I agree. Like normal is the default thing. That's that's how the developers designed it to be played. If that's the default settings, most times I will leave a game on default settings. My friend, I had this other friend whose theory was, well, the normal setting is for the layperson. We as whatever lifelong gamers.
See, that's the illness I had. That is exactly my problem.
Mm-hmm. And just not to totally change the subject, but I saw your guest spot on New Challenger. I think was that.
Talking about Kingdoms of Amalur.
Amalur, yes, and I thought it funny because I remember there was a point where you guys got into like PC gaming versus console, and you were just like, I'm unabashedly PC all the way.
No, I'm totally an elitist for it, and it's like I hate that PC is regarded as a second tier gaming platform, especially now. It's like when I see people like, oh, consoles are where it at. I'm like, yeah, where you can have 5 generations old hardware running your games.
It's crazy. There's an admin here, Horror. He was talking about the other day. It is kind of sucky how they. Well, wait a minute. It's shitty. I'm gonna say it's shitty. It's shitty how, in a way, the consoles do kind of hold back development of some games because they're constantly they're designing it for this old technology. I don't know but then you have these exclusive games that pop up on like the PS3 and like Demon's Souls for me was like that's what bought me my PS3, and I don't know why I have an Xbox 360, but I do. Just basically so I have all the bases covered for what I do, but just the convenience of it. But to be honest, I guess if money weren't such an issue all the time, I would probably play mostly on everything on Steam. I would go PC all the way.
Man, you've got enough of a following. You should really do the dance to try to get a press account for all that stuff. From what I understand, it's apparently like way doable. I mean, it's like the fact that every night you're able to go live and get about 1,000 people watching live in the live space. That is exceptional. That is phenomenal.
Well, I appreciate it, and it has been growing like crazy fast. There's just been tons of things like just even being asked to be on your show tomorrow. I am just thrilled. Stuff like that popping up all over the place. Yeah, my girlfriend and I...
By the way, for the record, just to disavow anybody watching about what will happen tomorrow, like what's happening now is intelligent discourse about video games by 2 people who are passionate about it. What will happen tomorrow is utter horseshit shenanigans. Yeah. We're just going to try to be as retarded as possible. It'll be great in its own way, but just if you're a fan of Man, you should definitely see him on NSFW show tomorrow night.
Absolutely. NSFWshow.com. twit.tv, but yes, and I wish I don't know if it's my band. I think I'm using up most of my bandwidth to for the game or whatever, or for my cast. So I apologize about the Skype quality on the video coming through. But that's another thing. Tomorrow on NSFW, the quality is going to be just sheer professionalism through and through. This is my
80% to professional is what I'm gonna say.
Okay, there you go.
So I have a question for you. Have you ever bought a game twice?
You know what's funny? I did it. Well, I didn't buy it twice, but I've had something happen where people, my viewers, I lovingly refer to my viewers as mankind. It's so catchy. It's so great.
Do they have a symbol? Do they have a symbol? Because like on NSFW, we've got the Diamond Club symbol like this.
Nice.
They'll probably flash it up in the chat room.
I don't know if we do. Maybe it'll be like a like a power fist, but like holding a controller. There you go. That'll be it.
Yeah, you got to figure out like an awesome tag for people to put like on all your videos on YouTube and stuff.
There you go. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. God, the branding. See, I just revealed my new logo tonight. But that's all coming together. What was I talking about? Oh, anyway, viewers send me.
Clearly, it's man face because I'm looking at it right now in the chat.
They put it in the chat. Yes, that was another huge thing that happened. Horror, an admin here, put it right there. Yes. One day when I first started, I tried my best troll face, and
yeah, that is a good troll face.
And so it kind of caught on, and then so that gets used around Twitch.tv quite a bit, for like trolling, and it's been a huge, awesome thing. That's kind of like the signal. I don't know.
Did you see the mod for Left 4 Dead that made it in a Minecraft world?
I didn't.
Oh no, it's phenomenal. So it's like you install the mod and there's a level, and it's like you're in Minecraft. And it's so great because ostensibly Minecraft has zombies or whatever those things are.
Mm-hmm.
But instead they're replaced with actual fast running zombies. But you run around inside this awesome blocky world. Holy crap! Destructoid has their own icon too.
They do
How
too.
do you guys have all these icons?
I think. I don't know. See, now I don't know how many more emoticons are going to be put into. The chat here at Twitch TV, but yeah, they've gone they're fair to midland retard on the emoticons. They're about to go full retard. I mean, I think there's gonna be hundreds by the time they're done.
Never go full retard. That's the mistake.
I know. I totally kid though too. To me, it's one of the cool things around here is there's like Binding of Isaac emoticons. They just put in Super Meat Boy. That's one of the main reasons I cast here is just because the community is so tight, and it's a great place to be.
That's how, and forgive me, I'm going to get out of your way super fast here, but how long have you been doing this, and what was the idea when you first started?
The story I tell, the way it happened was I was working, retail job after retail job, and I just hated life, and I graduated from college with a major in Japanese language. Life totally took a different turn, and I, have never really used that. But I one night, I was falling asleep, and in those, those minutes when you're, drifting off to sleep and your brain is kind of open, I just had this brilliant idea. I thought, I'm going to start a vlog where I, go through playing a game and beating it, and beating the game is like the main focus. And I'm like, this is brilliant. Nobody's thought of this. I'm going to get on this tomorrow. Next day, I go to the internet, and I think that's when I saw Justin.tv. And I just saw that, oh, wait. I am the last person on Earth to have thought of streaming myself playing video games.
But I'll tell you, I mean, clearly you had the quality content that drew the people in. So you go live every single night?
Well, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. A little shameless plug right there. Thanks for the lead-in.
Oh, look, that's a softball. Let's enjoy that.
Yeah, just lob that to me there. But, yeah, every Monday through Friday. And to be honest, my approach was always that I wanted it to be... I wanted to make it more like a variety show and try and make it more, something like you could do over at NSFW, just all kinds of topics of discussion, more than just, the game up on the screen. I definitely, getting myself in the shot was always, on my mind from the very beginning, and using green screen and stuff like that. I think that's some of the stuff that may have set me apart, in the beginning. Now, everybody uses it, and it's great, but I don't know.
I'll tell you what, that is something, and we've flirted with it. NSFW is like, it's an hour of just utter jackassery,
turned up to 11. But there are other times that I'll just go live on my Justin TV channel, and we did it for Star Wars: The Old Republic when we played through Portal 2 and playing on Skyrim and stuff. Like, it never would have occurred to me that there's a whole market of people who want to experience games vicariously through people who they like in real life. You know, people who, like, the internet has made possible a worldwide frat house where people can wander into the living room and be like, what you playing, dude? Oh, no, I'll watch, whatever. And it's like, it's phenomenal to me. Sorry. It's phenomenal. Blah, blah, blah.
It is so true, though. I mean, about, because that's what a lot of people tell me, and I think, you know, that's the main reason I watch a lot of channels on Justin.tv and Twitch.tv. It's just like hanging out with your buddies, and you know, when they fail on the game, you know, it's hilarious. You can tell them what idiots they are in chat, and you know, it's just like hanging out with your friends and be like, oh, you suck.
It's like you got two stories to watch. You can follow the story of the game, and which is awesome since storytelling in game has just gotten better and better. But then you can also follow the meta story of your friend failing to be able to plow through the game. You know, there's moments of real drama, like please make it past this part. I don't want to have to sit through it again.
You are spot on. That's the way I really see it. You know, I think there's like two kinds of people that watch, you know, my cast. There's people who will show up for the game I'm playing. You know, they'll say, ooh, here's this game. I really wanted to see what it looks like. I'll check it out. There's a whole, and I like to think, you know, that most people that watch the cast now these days is, you know, they come for whatever, the continuing saga of, you know, my daily life of, you know, whatever happened to me at the DMV and, you know, just kind of side story and stuff like that. But,
well, and it's funny what little things in the course of trying to, because I got to imagine it's fun for you as well, because number one, you're trying to play through the game, but you're also very much aware that you have, you know, 1,000 people watching you play it live. So you're trying to be creative and in your comments and stuff. And you may need, I'm sure out of nowhere, you stumbled into some meme that's taken off, like some catchphrase that everybody loves or some kind of reference that everybody still calls back to months and months afterward.
Brian, I feel this is the beginning of a beautiful bromance. You get me. This is...
Absolutely, yeah.
Well,
they're all shouting "Yurd." What is Yurd?
Yurd is, well, here you go, the short version. I was playing Dark Souls, and I finally defeated a boss, and a viewer, Phalanx, who may or may not be here, he excitedly went to type yes in all caps, and somehow...
Instead, he shouted "Yurd."
Somehow fat-fingered R&D at the same time, and then Yurd was born, and it's become something of a mini meme here, and to the point that my character that I'm playing here on Skyrim he's a Nordic named Yurd, and so
do you... the other thing that's great about this for you is, like, whenever a new game comes out, like, there will be people who have no intention of playing Mass Effect 3, but they'll be out on Twitter saying, I can't wait until MANvsGAME covers Mass Effect 3 because I want to know what everybody's talking about, but I don't want to be bothered to spend $50-$60 on my own. I just want to experience it through the eyes of MANvsGAME.
I do get those tweets a lot. People that say, you know, these days I'm so busy, I hardly get any time to play games. You know, there's people that... You know, I'm not endorsing this, but they talk about watching MANvsGAME at work. Dude,
I'll endorse it. I'll tell you,
if you don't watch MANvsGAME at work, you will get herpes.
That's right.
The only way to stop from having herpes.
It's the cure. The herpes cure is MANvsGAME.
And if you have herpes, it'll get rid of them. Watch MANvsGAME at work.
Rub MANvsGAME on your crotch. It's great. It feels good. It's good for you. Yeah, it's. I think. And that's a whole nother aspect of it. You know, there's people that I've seen, they talk about how, you know, for whatever reason, they just don't play any games, but they really enjoy watching somebody play through it, and which I certainly do too. You know, there's a ton of channels that I watch all the time on Twitch, and it's great.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, and I don't know if this is possible or not, but there are two things. Number one, we had a couple ideas for tomorrow's show, and our tradition is to, somewhere around 3 o'clock tomorrow, I'll give a panic phone call to Justin, freaking out, saying, what are we going to do on our show?
Yeah.
And he'll be like, I don't know, something about the Oscars? So, like, I guess we got the Oscars coming up, so we had one idea for something about the Oscars and a Ouija board, which should be awesome. I don't know, that's Justin's idea. But good. I was trying to think if is there some kind of online game, something with simple decision trees in it that we could play together with the three of us and make funny as we go along. Like, we've done stuff in the past, like those goofy online choose your own adventure books type thing, and anything where, and this is what's so great about having you on the show is we've had like, you know, famous celebrities on the show, and the show died because they're just no good at being creative. They just want to talk about themselves and how important they are.
Oh,
but
right.
like you have a real knack for improvisation, and being, you know, crazy cynical Brit is calling me out on some stuff. But if there's a game that you kind of tap in and bring a miniature version of the Man vs. Game experience that we can all share in on NSFW, I don't know if something fits that mold or not.
I love the idea. I'm trying to think of something where, you know, it wouldn't be like an investment where you have to like download and install anything. I'm trying to think of like, you know, some kind of like online flash game or something. See, the thing is, I hardly ever do like online like multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you as well.
I love the idea though, and like
Farmville. Let's talk about Farmville while we play Farmville. Harvest those cabbages!
There you go. Oh my god! What would be funny is it would be a first time for me because I've avoided Farmville like the plague. It's anybody on Facebook that tries to get me on Farmville, they're out of my circle. They're oh wait, that's Google
Left
Plus.
4 Dead, maybe. That'd be interesting to actually play something for the first time. In fact, man, it might be fun to get. The only problem is Justin Robert Young is on a Mac, and I don't know if we'll be able to. I assume we'd be able to see him while he played a game. It might be fun to do a multiplayer game and have us run through something and like make up our own narrative as we go along during it.
I love it. I love the idea. A Mac. Yeah. See, I got my MacBook right here. I use it only for chatting though. I've got my 2 PCs over there. Let's see here. But yeah, trying to think of Steam games that could be multiplayer. Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2.
I don't know. In fact, because that's the other thing too, is it's got to be compelling for everyone to watch real time. Anyway, if you have an idea for it, or we could do some kind of gamer quiz or something. For some reason, I want to do that because I know Justin Robert Young would be the dumbest of all of us. Magica is a great example. That's a great idea.
I would totally be down for Magica. Freaking awesome game. Dungeon Defender. See, that's the thing, is so many of the games that I do play, just because of the way the cast, you know, it's like me versus the game. It's so rare that I've done any multiplayer. But Magica sounds awesome. Trying to.
I like the idea of it being like of you leading a team.
Yeah. Oh.
So Dungeon Defenders, a friend of mine called it Monster Pinata. Is that what it is?
To be honest, I haven't played a lot of Dungeon Defenders. I saw. Wait a minute. Somebody mentioned Kingdom of Loathing. No.
Online chess. We should give it the full gamer treatment for online chess.
There you go. Yeah, we could just sit and play chess. It'd be go back to basics. We could play online checkers.
Like battle chess.
There you go. We could do. I don't know. Castle Crashers. Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Hey, did you ever play Orcs Must Die?
I haven't. There's so many games.
Good. Dude, you have no idea. I mean, I don't know if you get into like tower defense kind of games or whatever, but it's a first person, and the idea is imagine tower defense, but you're first person, and you can either spend your money on upgrading your first person shooter abilities or spend them on traps or some fusion of the two. It is so highly addictive because it ranks you. You know, you get so many skulls on each wave. Mm-hmm. Sorry, but dude, Orcs Must Die is phenomenal. Highly addictive.
It sounds awesome. I love how these days that's almost where like some of the best games, you know, that are coming out are. They're like these great fusions of, you know, like a desktop defense game plus, you know, first-person shooter becomes something greater than the sum of its parts. Yeah,
no, it's that total remix, you know, culture that we live in now, where it's like you take elements that are already there and throw them together.
Right. Yeah. I just thought of Kingdoms of Amalur, which I haven't really played a whole lot of, but it looks like it does take, you know, the best parts of, you know, whatever Warcraft and, you know, Fable and God of War, but just mashes it all together and just makes a pretty great.
Yeah. I never had a PS3, so the main combat component of Kingdoms of Amalur was totally novel to me. Like I mean, that's part of the problem with being stuck in my PC gaming grotto, and it was totally novel. Even though I'm not traditionally a wizards and goblins kind of guy, I really dug what I played of the game.
That was another thing I wanted to talk about with you. When you said on New Challenger, you're like, yeah, the high fantasy, I just don't get it. I was like, no.
What? Are you a fantasy nut? Are you kidding?
I am a total geekazoid when it comes to because my friend got me into role playing, like tabletop, making up your character.
Sure. Like the Games Workshop stuff, the Warhammer 40K and so on.
Exactly. With even like less, like just whatever, paper and dice and your imagination.
Dude, I played the hell out of Blood Bowl. I had Dungeon Quest. I even had the Games Workshop's solo adventure Chainsaw Warrior I played.
Oh, wow.
And Talisman, all that stuff was rad.
That sounds I didn't even know they had like a solo thing you could do.
Yeah, no, it was like you laid it all out and you had to get from point A to point B and survive, but you didn't know what obstacles you'd have, and it was all based on dice rolls. It was pretty good. Dude,
that's awesome. But that's the whole reason I really do have a soft spot in my heart for any kind of like high fantasy setting. I'm much more, I'm biased. I'll be like, I can overlook some things if they give me a big sword that I can, cleave
for me, it's like first place goes to post-apocalyptia. They jump to the front of the line no matter what. Second place has to be science fiction, realistic, hopefully. Third place, your fantasy sci-fi, like with Knights of the Old Republic, which, by the way, that has been the most amazing adventure for me, is being drawn back to the Star Wars universe after I fully wrote off all of Star Wars and George Lucas after those shitty prequels. But it's like BioWare knows how to tell a story, and they made me fall back in love with that world. And then it's wizards and goblins after that.
And we'll just toss them a bone. It's so funny.
I loved Oblivion, but I think I was more enamored with the visual graphics engine and the gameplay dynamic than anything else.
Right, and then like you mentioned Fallout 3, so I'm sure that was you enjoyed Fallout 3 more than say like Oblivion. I loved their
oh, absolutely.
I can't think of the what is the mechanism for basing. It pauses combat, and then you can like kind of choose where you want to. VATS system, yes. I thought that was brilliant.
Did you ever play the original turn-based Fallout 1 and Fallout 2?
I haven't. No, I didn't. I only jumped on it.
I mean, that VATS was like their nod back to that, because it was always tactical. Everything was turn-based, and so you would decide, you're like, am I going to go for the 21% chance of hitting him in the nuts, or do I do the 8% chance of hitting him in the chest?
That is awesome. What it reminded me of, my experience was we were just talking about a PlayStation 1 game called Vagrant Story, which had the same kind of, you had a sphere of, influence, and, once an enemy was within reach, you could pause the combat and go in, and you would get percentages on, like, what appendage you were trying to hit, and, yeah, I loved it. Oh, man. But I'm still trying to think of the online game that we can get into. I'll certainly
just throw it in the back of your mind. If you can think of something that'll just be an easy lob for us to go through as a group, that would be fun. And it could be something multiplayer, or it could be, to be honest, as is the case with the comedy show, the shittier the game is, the more opportunity there is for us to make fun of it and find the comedy in there. Mass Effect 3 demo. Wow, that'd be rough.
It would be yeah, that'd be a lot to take in. I was just thinking, we could have like a QWOP race. Who could?
Yes, we should find some kind of racing game, and yes, that's what we should do. Is we should either do what's that crappy the Tron Light Cycle games. It used to be GL Tron. Now it's like called Tronageddon or some crap. I forget what it's called.
God, no idea. I was thinking of, have you played QWOP? It's like this...
No! What is QWOP?
QWOP is like, it's named for the keys you use, QWOP, and you literally are just you control this guy's legs, and you just make this idiotic-looking guy.
Dude, if it's frustrating, agonizing, and will make us mad and start cursing out and shouting random stuff, then that'd be perfect to do on the show.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because what I was gonna explain, like, because I know sometimes, yeah, my language gets pretty raw around here, and I blame it fully on the games. It's like,
yeah, and we'll do our best to QWOP. We'll do our best to look. The whole thing on NSFW is we at one point were told, hey, you guys have an explicit tag, and so say whatever you want. And then we had our friends from Spill.com come on the show, and every other word was MF for this and invert that.
yeah.
And then the next day we got the note like, yeah, why don't you guys be broadcast appropriate from now on? And so as much as we tried, oh shit balls, yes, this is the game we're gonna play.
That's right. He's got the thighs, the calves, and so it's this. You're basically you use Q, W, and O and P. You control the thighs and the calves, and you're just basically trying to get this retard to run 100 meters. And running 100 meters with this guy is next to impossible. I love how it says, participant, you ran, there you go. You're a natural. Oh, you have no idea. 3.3.
Okay, look, no, I'm going to shut this off right now.
Okay.
So that we're able to save it for tomorrow.
There you go. There you go. We'll have the big QWOP-a-thon, or yeah, we'll see who can.
All right, that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll do that. And that'll be the challenge, is that we'll set up some kind of bet. Like if I can make it to the end, then we'll have some kind of a reward. And if not, then you guys can mock me relentlessly.
I love it. And I am all for it. QWOP is going to be classic. I can see.
Oh, okay, good. So it'll be QWOP. All right. So that's one segment in the bank.
Boom. Count it.
All right. Well, hey man, I'm actually gonna go to bed because I'm actually sick. I just got back today from San Francisco, so I'm gonna go. So, what part of the country are you based out of? Where are you?
I am in Montana.
Montana's rad.
It is rad. I'm just gonna say, this is why, like, I'm in Billings, Montana. They're like Missoula. And the western side of the state, that's where all the gorgeous mountains and scenery, and Missoula is very whatever. It's a lot of culture there.
No, it's like the surface of Mars, man. I always fly into Spokane because I've done shows at like MSU Billings and like Montana State University. What's the engineering college in Butte, Montana?
Oh gosh, you're not gonna get it from me.
About, right?
I do know. Yeah, shows how much of a statesman I am.
Anyway, but Montana is completely rad. It's unlike anywhere else in the United States, and you totally feel like you're driving across the surface of Mars. And briefly, you guys had no speed limit, which was awesome.
And then we squandered it. I don't know what happened, but we have these little edging things where it's like cool. In Billings we had the medical marijuana dispensaries were okayed, and then they just like took over the city like a virus, and I thought, hey, this is cool, we're moving forward, and then they were shut down within like a week. They were just like, okay, that's enough of the medical marijuana.
Dial back.
Yeah, exactly. So and it was because these places were popping up that didn't even try to hide. They were just like, Montel's weed shop.
Classy about it.
Exactly.
You gotta be classy when you're giving out the dope. Come on.
Exactly. You got to at least try and pretend that this is for some, medical thing, and no, it's.
Yes.
But
all right, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you go, and please enjoy Skyrim, and thank you for letting me crash your party. I did not mean to come in and hijack your channel. For anyone who is wanting to watch Skyrim, please enjoy it. But if you don't mind, I'll just do 2 plugs. Tomorrow night, NSFW. This man.
Right here.
Right there.
It's me.
Man.
It's me.
Will be appearing on the show, and it'll be horseshit shenanigans. Also, did you know that I co-host a video game show with Veronica Belmont?
Somebody brought it up today. It was Game On?
Yeah, Game On, and our first 4 episodes nobody should ever watch because we had massive problems with the sound and pacing and stuff, but the last 3 episodes have been like really good. You've got to go, definitely check out this week if you go to twit.tv. Hold on, let me look at this.
Throw it in there.
twit.tv/GO. Boom. Right there. Right there.
Beautiful.
Twit.tv/game on. GO. And thank you so much for letting me pop in and say hello, man. I'm
Dude,
excited for tomorrow.
It was my pleasure, and thank you so much for stopping by. Just great talking with you, and I will see you tomorrow.
You got it, boss. I will see you, and we will play QWOP.
Yeah, we will QWOP it up, man. See you, Brian.
All right, take care, man.
Well, what a wonderful man. What a gentlemanly sort. How cool was that? So, bit of a preview for tomorrow. It's gonna be it's gonna be a lot better. I just want to apologize. My bandwidth, my technology up here, it's not even prosumer level, and so I try and make do with what I have here. But that was great. It's gonna be awesome. I'm totally excited for tomorrow because, as you can see, Brian is consummate professional host. This is what he does. I don't know if you noticed, that was, he's got his own studio at his house. He's very good at what he does. And I only wish I could have gotten a better feed for the Skype thing. Yes, we're gonna have to do some QWOP practice. Well, see, but that's the thing. I will certainly play QWOP. See, but I've played QWOP before, and so my QWOP skills are they're honed. They're it's like a diamond. And well, since we're not doing Skype, let me really quick. Let me fix my microphone here, and then we'll get back into good old Skyrim. Oh, that's why it's not doing anything. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta fix something. I've made a huge mistake, Michael. None. There we go. Okay, now. Full screen. We're back. Hi. It would overheat and crash at least once a broadcast. See, these are the kind of stories that really, they give me hope as a broadcaster myself, because I'm sort of in those stages right now. I don't know if you could tell from earlier tonight. Very disheartening. Anyway, let me unplug my mic from my computer so we can get rid of this terrible background hissing noise. There we go. So much better. So much better, Michael. Unplug that. We'll unplug this. Unplug that. Goodbye, cast. What'd you do? I unplugged the microphone. No, you didn't. You unplugged the whole thing. Furl! What's going on? Oh, good night, Zadgon. Jack off, Jim. You've revealed an old artifact. What do we have going on here? It's true. Stud Muffin speaks the truth. I think it's so disappointing because it's been a while since I have had pretty much everything go wrong, but this is it. You're getting freezes on 40p plus. Oh man, you're killing me, Smalls. Stream died. Oh, that's terrible. Well, guys, really quick, I am going to run and get some water. That was a fantastic just chance to meet and talk with Brian. I'm so glad he wanted to come on my humble little cast. Is it? Yeah, it's too high. I don't know. And again, I'm confounded. My cast is confounded. Oh, I had it too high. There we go. That's why. I think we had the mic too high. So, I'm going to run really quick and get some water. I'm drinking water tonight because I got to get ready for this the show tomorrow. QWOP is hard. Broadcaster, it is no joke. That's why it's going to be hilarious seeing Brian try and run 100 meters. I mean, you think you're doing swell. You get to even 50 meters, 30 meters, 50 meters. You think, wow, this is awesome. I've got it. And things will just turn to shit so fast. Anyway, I'm gonna be right back. Deathmanic, can you handle? Can you handle ad mode if we were to go into ad mode right now? Lonely.geek. Man, I'm working on something for tomorrow's show. How do you want to be listed? Video gaming god. No, I don't. I don't know. Are you talking about NSFW? Because I have no idea. Somehow got to 77 meters on my head. Oh wow. I'm not really sure, and I think I have to fix my bitrate again. Oh, man, this is just the night of 1,000 tech issues. Oh, he's probably talking about the lower third. Just listed as MANvsGAME. Oh, honestly, man is it. You know, most people here just call me man. I am the man of MANvsGAME. I don't like to say I'm the man, because then I sound like, you know, the system. You know, I don't want to be a part of that. Just man works for me. All caps. There you go, man. Wouldn't you say? That's really what most people around here call me, and just man in caps. If caps are okay, if that's not a problem. Awesome. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna run and grab some water, and then we're gonna engage ad mode right now. Don't go away. We're gonna try and fix everything, and then we're gonna go back to Skyrim. So stay tuned, everyone. And thanks so much again to Brian Brushwood for stopping by. What an inspiration. He inspires me to really up my broadcasting performance and tech and all of that, and know-how. And vocabulary. And personality. Anyway, I'm going to be right back. Just call him Jim. Yeah, there you go. Check this out. Boom! Ad mode engaged. Take it away, commanders. And I am back. Just wondering, if, Commander can tell me when we're clear, because I am here. I'm just going to wait, and, we are clear. Welcome back, everybody. I'm actually sitting here, ready to go. I gotta tell you, I really do. I do like the new the commercial break screen. I've always thought it's fairly amateurish for me. You know, when I sit down the mic and like you're looking at my crotch and I'm sitting here fumbling with the ear things. Now I can do all of that in silence, secrecy, behind the scenes, where it should be happening, and then we can cut back to a man who is yet again ready to cast full throttle. Crazy Twilight, you are amazing. That's all. I mean, I don't even really ask. Here's the way I see it. As long as you're even just watching me, I love you. Thank you so much for the support. Those of you who go the extra mile to allow those ads to roll, you guys are amazing. You guys are just, like I said, you go that extra mile. And then there's people who actually like actively subscribe. You guys are just, well, you're incredible. You blow my mind. Anyway, I love all of you. You're like, it's like my children. I can't say I love any of you, more than the other one, but the only people I don't love are people who actively never mind. Cuz that's the number one rule. You don't want to tell people online what you don't like. Because then that's troll nature, is to then troll you with that for the rest of your life. So there you go. Guys don't even have to worry about it. Anyway, let's get back to Skyrim. You're just sitting there like, what the fuck, man? Are we gonna do this shit or what? Breep! How is everyone? I am recovering. I just had an awesome chat with Brian Brushwood, host of NSFW and Game On and Scam School and numerous other, wait. No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. Numerous other online shows, entertainment venues. Is it gonna give it to me? Wrong keyboard, you dummy. Move your big man head. There you go. It actually showed me potato salad. Amazing! Oh, yes. Okay, down to the corner I go. Oh! Wirecast, what was I thinking? Trying to leave you. I don't know. We'll see. We'll it's a never-ending story. It's a work in progress, this cast. Who knows? Today Wirecast, tomorrow some program no one's ever even heard of. Maybe I'm in secret. I'm writing my own streaming program as we speak. With my feet, I guess. Okay. It's a never-ending story, that's right. Except for Artex. Fuck Artex. So, here we are, season unending. The Jarl of Whiterun. Oh. So we talked to Ulfric Stormcloak. He was a jerk. Let's talk to General Tullius, and we are there. We're where we need to be.
Off the coast a ways to the east, you'll find the wreck of the Brine Hammer. Never know
You
what
can't
treasures may
force a
still be
Nord
aboard.
to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop it. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like his idea.
Yes, sir.
You just censored him.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
They do make the Imperials look like just outright jagoffs. Like you don't want to join either side.
You were at Helgen.
Somebody asked me, and
I suspect we could use someone like you.
dear God, let me just. The foobar name, like the way you get the game name on there, is it's a plugin or an extension, I think is what they call it. Maybe they don't call it extensions, but I'm gonna look it up right now, and I'm gonna link this thing. No, there you go. Component. Here it is. Link right here. Boom. Got it. This is the component, is what they call it, but this is the, oh, what the, what happened there? Hold on. What the hell? What is it doing?
By holding on to Falkreath, we control access to the reach.
What is happening to my link here?
Ulfric will try for it soon.
Oh.
There to stop him.
Wow. Well, let me at least get you on the right track, I guess.
We will oust Ulfric from Windhelm soon enough, and when we do, I'll have his head on a plate.
Okay.
Something to report?
Here you go. Here is the website. You got it.
By holding on to Falkreath, we control access
so
to the Reach, Whiterun,
that's
and
the site. The plugin is called On-Screen Display. Should be able to find it there. But that is, and then you have to go in and, of course, set the whole thing. And yeah, this general won't shut the fuck up. I don't even.
With Legate Ricka. She will determine if you are Legion material.
I don't give a shit about Legion. I have a message from the Greybeards.
The Greybeards? What do those old hermits want with me?
They're convening a peace council at High Hrothgar.
Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor.
We need a truce until the dragon menace is dealt with.
They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons. My job is to quell this rebellion, and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons.
The dragons are a bigger problem than the Stormcloaks right now.
I'll be the judge of that. Besides, by all reports, the Stormcloaks are suffering just as much as we are from these dragon attacks.
Ulfric has already agreed to attend.
Has he? I suppose he doesn't want to miss a chance to bluster about the Empire's many crimes. He's probably hoping I'll refuse so he can blame the Empire for being unreasonable. I think I'll have to disappoint him yet again.
You'll come to the Peace Council then?
Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do.
Good day. It's been a pleasure watching you eat bread, sir.
What do you need?
Nothing from you. Uh-oh. Meaning to check it out. Oh, what's going on? Realm of the Mad God. Oh yeah, I saw you talking about that earlier.
The Greybeards have called a peace council at High Hrothgar. Can you believe it? Both Ulfric Stormcloak and General Tullius have agreed to go.
I'm the one putting it together, numbnards. Pardon me. Had Taco Bell earlier. Oh, what am I doing? Just running around town. Just checking mic levels. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix the... I'm just gonna have to stick with 480p and change my bitrate accordingly. My apologies to anyone having issues tonight. I'm like fucking Icarus with this 720p business. It's like I'm striving too... I'm flying too high, melting the wax on my wings. Like piecemeal wings that just somehow keep me aloft. Let's fast travel to High Hrothgar. Get really high at Hrothgar. Good old bratwurst. Do I prefer bratwurst or cheeseburgers? I will never say. This should be exciting. Tear, thank you. I think the Peace Council is going to go quite well. You there. Arngir!
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters.
This was the only way to get Balgruf's help.
Yes, yes. Which is why I allowed this violation of all our traditions. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
Take my seat, you say? Oh! Here they come. Sneaking on in here. Oh.
So, Arngir, is it? You know why we're here. Are you going to let us in or not?
You are not invited here. You are not welcome here.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you. More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Were you? Hubris of the Blades truly knows no bounds.
Delphine, we're not here to rehearse old grudges. The matter at hand is urgent. Alduin must be stopped. You wouldn't have called this council if you didn't agree. We know a great deal about the situation and the threat that Alduin poses to us all. You need us here if you want this council to succeed.
Very well. You may enter.
Well, here we go. Sola is excited! Sola, I am excited for you. I can't wait to meet you and touch you, fondle you in the flesh. That's awesome, man. Oh boy. Here we are. Jarl is here. Look what you did, Balgruf. Tullius, what up?
Why delay? Please, take your seat so that we can begin.
Oh, righty-o. Oh, I get to sit at the head. How cool is that? Sit chair!
Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit of...
You insult us by bringing her to this negotiation?
Ulfric.
You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere.
Bye, Sola.
Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard, the nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that. Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do.
What a cunt this guy is. What's the harm? Besides, Tullius doesn't really want her here either.
Maybe so, but bringing her here is a deliberate provocation. Tullius needs to know I won't be pushed around.
Oh my god. Let Tullius have his way on this. He'll have to give ground later.
It feels like a mistake to me. But I'll bow to your judgment on this. But she is to observe, nothing more. We are not negotiating with her. Is that clear?
Ulfric, why so hostile? After all, it's not the Thalmor that's burning your farms and killing your sons.
She's supposed to be on our side?
You know exactly... No. Not this time.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Again?
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able
We're
to
here
resist.
to arrange a temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hope to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely
What would
out of
the
character.
Empire want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
I have no idea what's going on.
Sorry, I lost track of what we were talking about. Where were we? Yes, Riften? How about Riften?
The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil, and threatened Ulfric's southern flank. You heard the man, Ulfric. We've made you a fair offer. Are you serious about these talks, or are you just here to posture?
I expected better from you, Dragonborn. I came here in good faith, and now it seems you help the Empire at every turn. As for you, General Tullius, I see now that Galmar was right. Talking to the Empire is just as useless as ever. If you think you can hold Markarth, you're as deluded as your Emperor when he signed away our freedom to the Thalmor. Skyrim will never again bow to your false empire. Let's go, Galmar. I should have listened to you in the first place.
You always were a fool, Ulfric. You're no better at diplomacy than you are in the battlefield.
Hear, hear.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
A very pretty speech. But what does it have
Shut
to do
up.
with the...
If he's right about Alduin, we both have just as much to lose here, Tullius. Remember that. Now, back to the matter at hand. Don't hand me a mug of sheep's piss and call it mead. These terms are still not acceptable.
I'm sure you have something in mind.
Damn right we do.
You surrender Hjalmarch to us, and take Idgrod Ravencrone with you. Sorely the Builder will take over as Jarl of Marthal.
Where do these demands stop, Ulfric? Do you expect me to surrender all of Skyrim?
It seems I have no choice but to let the Dragonborn decide, although I'm starting to doubt your fairness. What say you, Dragonborn?
The Empire doesn't need to give up any more territory.
Even the Dragonborn betray Skyrim. These terms are not acceptable. You know that.
I'm listening.
Don't play dumb, Tullius.
Bah, this is a waste of time. I can see that we won't get better terms from this council. So be it. The Sons of Skyrim at least put the greater good above our own interests.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thongvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the Rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. You both agree to this?
I shouldn't agree to terms that so blatantly favor the Empire. I have no choice, though, under the circumstances. But once Alduin is defeated, then it will be the Empire's turn. Remember, Evgir Unsla. You should be pleased, Elisif. You've done well for yourself as the Empire's pet Jarl. But beware, the Empire's loyalty is fickle. They will tire of this war, and then I will be the one dictating terms to you.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Galmar. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl Balgruuf, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Well, that's an excellent question. You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven Temple, An unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew.
Good thinking.
Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up.
How does that help us?
Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be.
Why would he come when called?
He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon after your victory over Alduin. I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call.
So what's this dragon's name?
Ah, indeed. I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in this scroll. Oda Ving, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
There's one more thing we know about. There's one more thing we know about.
Really? They've made such a grand thing. It's like...
One more thing we know about Paarthurnax.
You know what?
Paarthurnax, the dragon that the Greybeards have been protecting for all these years. He needs to die. He deserves to die. And it falls to you to kill him. Until he's dead. Well,
kill him
I'm
until
sorry,
he's
we would
dead.
dishonor our oaths as blades if we continue to help you.
What do you have against the Greybeards?
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
About Paarthurnax.
Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us.
Why does he need to die?
Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. He may have betrayed Alduin in the end, but that makes him worse, not better. We can't afford to give Paarthurnax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.
Who are the Thalamor?
The faction that rules the Aldmeri Dominion.
Has such
The
a
ones who
natural
almost
flow,
destroyed the
you know, the
Empire
conversation.
during the Great War 30 years back. There's no worse enemy to humankind in Tamriel. The Empire barely survived the last war. The Thalmor don't intend to lose the next one.
What have you got for sale? So why are they hunting you?
When I was young, our leaders became obsessed with the Thalmor threat. They believed that if and when we found a Dragonborn, we would need to protect him against the Thalmor.